SaveWithConrad.com.
I'm Andy Cleveland from Appleton, Wisconsin. Longtime listener of the podcast. I listen to Something to Wrestle With, hearing all of the ads and things. We're at a spot where we wanted to refinance, and I know that's something that Conrad talks quite a bit about. We figured we'd give it a shot. I had a series of surgeries that were in a 15-month window, and it put us quite a bit with credit card debt. We had a lot of equity, over the years that built up in the house, so we wanted to take the equity out of the house and to pay off all those high interest credit card debts and get things back down to a manageable level per month. We worked with Larry and then Francis. It was awesome. Talking with Larry, everything was very helpful. Emails were fantastic, telling us what we needed to do. Francis was there to kind of nudge us along if we were dragging our feet a little bit. There's different forms and paperwork and things that you have to fill out. And anytime that we had a question, we would contact Frances by email, and she was just amazing. She helped us out, got those questions answered for us. You deal with other places they call, and you just feel like all they want to do is they just want to get the money, kind of take a piece of you. Working with Larry and Frances, it really felt they were helping us the whole way. They were very clear on what our intentions were and what we wanted, and they helped us meet our goals. So by doing this, much lower interest rate, everything is paid off, and now everything is so much more comfortable month to month. I'm Andy Cleveland from Appleton, Wisconsin, and I saved over $1,000 a month with SaveWithConrad.com.
NMLS number 2129, Equal Housing Lender.
SaveWithConrad.com. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson, and you're listening to What Happened When? With the voice of your childhood, Tony Schiavone. Tony, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Man, better than I deserve. Excited to be with you. We are live on a Sunday night, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Go join us right now, patreon.com/WHW Monday, where earlier this week we cranked out not one, but 2 bonus episodes. We got 2 more on the way. Tony, you and I watched the 1997 Royal Rumble. You've never seen it. No. That was a hell of a show, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was a very, very iconic program as well, because as you may have read, and as Quincy Charles had talked about, who suggested the show, it was the start of the run for Stone Cold Steve Austin, basically. And so it was really good to see it. I had not seen it before. I had missed so much in the 18 years that I was out of wrestling. A lot happened, as you know, and but it was good to see that, and good to see, every time I see Stone Cold Steve Austin or think about Stone Cold Steve Austin, I think about how we as WCW had no idea what to do with that guy.
Right.
And so apparently Vince just let him do his own shit, right? And there you go.
Yeah, I mean, they I don't know if he was in control of his creative, but he certainly was able to just be himself and turn the volume up all the way. And
right.
Speaking of that, we saw some people do that this past weekend. Heck of a pay-per-view, AEW Full Gear, a lot of incredible matches, saw some things I've never seen before. I mean, was that one of the bigger holy shit moments of your career, that spot on the steps with Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay? My God.
Never seen anything like that. I wish I didn't know they were going to try that, because I would have gone, no, for crying out loud, no. I've told Will many times, I said, you can just come down maybe 5%, 10%, and your matches will still be great. And he go, bruv, I don't know how to do that. And he doesn't. He just does not know how to do that. And let's also give a pat on the back to Kyle Fletcher. He's come a long way, hasn't he? I mean, we know how great Will Ospreay's been ever since his arrival. But Kyle, when he first came here, wasn't that spectacular. He was in a tag team, and he was an Aussie Open, and now he has just flourished on his own. It's been spectacular.
It has been interesting to see how he went from being, featured as a tag team wrestler to now as a singles push. I mean, it doesn't get much bigger than beating Will Ospreay on pay-per-view. By the way, what a closing scene to the show. We're not giving any spoilers, of course. This was live on Saturday night. Darby Allin, we got to see a real live car crash. My God, what a crazy son of a gun that dude is.
Wouldn't have surprised me to see him go through a windshield and just tumble down the road and just jump right up with his skateboard. Yeah, Darby never surprises me. Never. Oh
I
gosh,
mean,
he's falling off the Empire State Building. He'll get up. He'll be fine. That's Darby, right?
it's unbelievable. Almost as unbelievable at the pop that we saw for QT Marshall's match with Big Boom AJ and Big Justice and by God, the Rizzler. Of all the fun chants you've seen in wrestling, is there a more fun one than "Oh, we want the Rizzler"? God, what a great chant!
That's something. I had not seen I had no idea who the Rizzler was. I was not privy, and have not been privy to their TikTok, and so I didn't know what was going on. I just knew that AJ and QT had a history, back in the independents, and that's all I had known about it. So I was not familiar with. But when the Rizzler came out with Paul White, that was pretty cool.
Is it not one of the? I mean, what a spectacle it was! And I don't know if you've seen, but these figure guys, they're fast. They've already recreated that iconic moment. I wanted to share that with you because I thought, what a cool visual this is, and what a cool piece of fandom. As you see there, a fan on Twitter created the Big Show and the Rizzler. I thought that was amazing. And then I got a tight shot of the Rizzler. Tony Schiavone is down. He's dead. If you'd like to see this, you should see his reaction at whwmonday.com. I knew for sure. I told Tony before we went live, I said, hey, man, I've got something that's going to make you laugh that you're going to be regretful that you laughed at, but it's going to make you laugh out loud. And he's like, oh, God, please don't.
That is the worst. That is the worst thing of Taz I've ever seen in my life.
Taz, listen to you. Man, over the weekend, I got Taz so fucking mad at me. I sent you part of it, but my God, I pissed him off so good. It was so fun messing with Taz this weekend. Of course, he's going to troll me about Alabama getting their brains beat in. I didn't have the best Saturday night, but it was so awesome to see the Rizzler. Yeah, I'm so grateful that Big Boom AJ got that moment. I mean, one of his dreams once upon a time 20 years ago was to have the opportunity to wrestle on a big time show, on a big time pay-per-view like that, and it came true. And I think the unsung hero of that whole thing, man, it's QT Marshall, isn't it?
Oh yeah, QT knows. Again, it's what I brought out that apparently became a big time headline about how QT's smart, brother. He knows what he's doing. And for those of you who have shit on QT in your social media career, how dare you? You have no idea what you're doing or what you're talking about. QT knows how to put people over, doesn't he?
My gosh.
He just does. And it was a great moment. It was a great moment. So so good for QT, good for the Costco guys and that whole group. And it just goes to show you can just come up with this silly idea, right?
Yeah.
And in today's world, boom, it explodes.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I was defending it a lot. I was really excited at the opportunity for AEW because I understood how big those guys were. And I got a lot of guys my age arguing in the comments saying that this was terrible and this was bad and this was killing AEW and this was a joke and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, guys, they're trying to appeal to a younger audience. This is for kids. Like you didn't know about it, Tony, because you don't have kids that age. But
right.
I mean, if you had little kids who were into that, you would know what a big deal it was. Right. And it was a pre-show match. And by God, it was fun.
It was fun.
QT Marshall. Come on now.
Yes, absolutely. People love to just rag and rant and rage. And that's the way people are.
You got a Rizzler impression you want to do for us here? Can you give us your best Rizzler?
Is that what he does? Is that all he does on
this? He does this. And then
he goes. Wait a minute, now he's not wiping snot on him.
No. He's saying like hush.
Hush. And
shh. Look at my face.
The Rizzler.
Let's see that shot of the Rizzler again. I mean, an action figure for him. You mean get you a 2-pack of these? I mean, when I first saw the Rizzler last night, I got to tell you, the first thing I did was I texted Matt Cardona and I said, "Hey, when's the Big Boom AJ figure come out? And is there a Rizzler variant?" And he said, he left me on red, which means got to think that Jeremy's going to make this happen for Jazzwares. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
I mean, I wish that was in time for Christmas. There's no time now, but
No, there's no time now, but you're right. That's
it would crush.
yes.
I mean, I want a Rizzler action figure right fucking now. I love it.
I want a Rizzler face figure. I want it now. Daddy. I want it now. Give me that action figure.
We appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight. We are live with a live studio audience. You can join us as well at whwmonday.com to watch the video or to be a part of what we're doing. It's patreon.com/WHW Monday. See Coach Rosie hanging out with us. Alex Wheaton's here. Ryan Purvis is here. James Elkarai is here. Bad Money Slim, couldn't do it without him. And Bryant, always hanging, always a good time. Rajiv, Rick is here. Yeah, and we got a fun little group hanging out tonight in our live group. And I see Eric Green's here. And appreciate all you guys hanging out. We're going to be watching maybe the best year of WCW ever. It's December 1st, 1997, if you're using the Peacock nomenclature. It's Season 3, Episode 48. Season 3, Episode 48 of Peacock is where you can find Nitro from December 1st, 1997. We're just a few weeks away from the biggest WCW pay-per-view of all time. It's Hollywood Hogan for the big gold belt defending against Sting, a man we haven't seen wrestle in quite a while. When you think back on 1997, creatively, is that probably the peak for WCW, or do you think the run with Goldberg in 98 was bigger?
No, this was the biggest one. And this, of course, which I brought up in the comic book, the end of this, which was the biggest pay-per-view ever, which was Starrcade 97. And the fucked up finish they had on that was, to me, the beginning of the end of the beginning of us tumbling downhill, I thought. Even though we did have some big things happen after that, I just thought that we had kind of cast our die as far as shitty things to happen. Can I ask you something? Is Dave Silva with us tonight?
Dave Silva is with us, and we were actually bebopping to some old school hip hop beforehand, and he donned a new persona. I don't know if he's named that character or if he's just trying to get like a new gimmick over, like the Rizzler did on TikTok. I'm not exactly sure, but when I saw him, he had on like a Cuban link and sunglasses, and he was with us live dancing around. We should have actually gone live for our live studio audience, but I knew we'd get heat with you if you jumped on and people were already watching.
Yeah. No, you wouldn't get heat with me. You get heat with me if you got people on there we didn't know. We just put it out.
Trying to make money. That's my bad.
Yeah, trying to put it out to the masses.
Yeah. I know you don't like when I try to do revenue creating activity.
No, I don't.
Hate it. Yeah. James Elkarai's with us. He didn't hate it. He says, my birthday is Tuesday, and this is the best way to start the birthday week. Tony and Conrad and the homies, cheers. Cheers to you, James Elkarai, 29 again. Man, that's pretty cool. He wants to hang out with us around his birthday, celebrate his birthday week. Do you think that was one of JR's like early Christmas presents, that he was denied the opportunity to call the match with the Rizzler? Coach Rosie wants to know, Tony, why didn't you let JR announce the Big Boom AJ match? I think he would have really loved that.
I think he would have too.
If you haven't already, pull your Peacock out. By the way, that's a streaming service. I'm not talking about wieners.
Yeah.
Go to Season 3, Episode 48. We're going to have a fun time tonight. But before we do, I got to tell you about our friends at Z-Bionics. I'm a big believer in this product. I've actually got some with me right now on the desk. Here we go. Yeah. We'll throw me back up on camera. Hey, it's the real deal. I really do use it. I really do like it. I'm not drinking tonight, but I'm telling you, it's my favorite new thing. If I know I'm going to be enjoying a night out with drinks, I got Thanksgiving coming up, so I'm ready. Z-Bionics pre-alcohol probiotic drink is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. And here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. Pre-alcohol produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. Just remember to make Zebrotics your first drink of the night. Drink responsibly, and you'll feel your best tomorrow. I tried this years ago with Eric Bischoff. We were out in Denver, Colorado, and we had a great day making some sales pitches. And then the next morning, we had to be on stage talking about our podcast at 8 a.m. We were pretty nervous about that. Like, this might not be a good idea for us to go drinking. And he reached into his briefcase and said, aha, let's try this. And it worked. And now I can feel comfortable having a fun night with my friends and family, and then getting up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready for the next day. I kept hearing about pre-alcohol. I wondered what it was really like, and now that I've tried it, I get what everyone is talking about. And with their GMO technology, ZBiotics is continuing to invent probiotics that will help with everyday challenges of modern living. Go right now to zbiotics.com/WHW to learn more and get 15% off your first order when you use WHW at checkout. ZBiotics is backed with 100% money-back guarantee, so if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember, head right now to zbiotics.com/WHW and use our code WHW at checkout for 15% off. Tony, I'm ready to go here. Are you locked and loaded? You got a countdown for us? What are we doing today?
Well, first of all, I wanted to check out Dave Silva in this. It's a tire you were talking about. Dave, are you with us here?
Oh God, I told you.
Let's go.
It's the Drizzler.
The Drizzler. Wow. Look at there.
Dave, how you been, bud?
Oh, I'm doing great.
That's great, man. It's great.
Now, with this new look, should I go with a I'm doing good, Tony Schiavone, let's go.
No, I like the Cheech of Cheech and Chong. Go ahead.
I don't even know what's happening right now. What a character. My goodness.
Yeah, do that. Wait a minute. Put him back up here. Do the dance. There you go. Do the Prince Nana dance.
Oh,
I'm nodding.
You're nodding.
Can you do the Daniel Garcia?
Oh, is that the?
There we go. Oh, what's happening?
You don't need sound effects, Dave. That's enough.
No,
that's not how he does it.
I love the little grunt. I don't know what that is.
That's how he does it.
Okay.
Tony, this is Thanksgiving week. We're just a few days away. Seeing Dave Silva there dancing around like a butterball made me think of that.
Mm-hmm.
What's your big Turkey Day plans this year? Can you reveal it, or is it still top secret?
We're just going to have dinner here at the house with some family and some friends.
Well, there you go.
That's all. Small get together. It's not going to be the entire big family. Chris and his wife and son are going to be with us, and then we got a couple of friends coming with us, and that's about it. So yeah, and Lois is cooking, and I'm going to land about 8 in the morning from Chicago, and then enjoy it. And actually have, with the exception of having to work on Collision that weekend, I'll have most of that weekend off. Tried to get into a WrestleCade, and I was not able to.
What do you mean?
Well, I had Mike Dawkins contact him, say, hey, Schiavone would like to be in. They said, oh, we're sold out. So I was too late.
WrestleCade turned you away.
Yeah, I was too late.
Okay.
Yep.
How about that?
Yeah. So I'll never go to WrestleCade again.
Right.
Right.
It's been well established.
Yeah.
Hey, I am curious. You know, you were talking about what you're doing for Thanksgiving. Like, if you had to name your 5 things, your 5 must-have foods on your Thanksgiving plate, what would they be?
Well, it would be turkey.
That's easy. Number 1.
Mashed potatoes.
Okay. Number 2.
Gravy.
All right. I'm not counting that as a separate
Okay.
thing.
All right. Then stuffing.
Okay.
All right.
2 left.
Mac and cheese.
Okay. 1 more.
Well, it'll be pumpkin pie if you count that. If you want to count that, or
Yeah.
you're not counting desserts.
No, I'm counting desserts. That's a good plate. That's a good plate.
Yeah, pumpkin pie is like my favorite pie of all time, by far.
I mean, you got 13 kids. You used to like another kind.
Yeah, but I like that.
Yeah, I got you. Pumpkin pie over that.
Pumpkin pie over that.
I do want to give you a chance here to tell everybody what you're thankful for this year.
That I'm still alive. That I got friends, few and far between. I got 2 wonderful dogs. That I got a wonderful house. That I got wonderful kids. That I've got a great job at this old age. That my health is good. That
Tony Khan.
wasn't that with a good job? Wouldn't that kind of all fall into
Just throw him in there. Just
Tony Khan?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, okay. Conrad Thompson, Dave.
Oh
Silva.
no! Fuck directly. I'm
Dave
not on the
Silva,
list.
okay. That Ric Flair is not my father-in-law. What else?
Me neither.
Okay. What else?
You know, Ric Flair will be at WrestleCade all 3 days,
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah, I bet he will.
Bad Money Slim is with us here, and he says, Tony says, I'll never go to WrestleCade again. Translation, Spike never sleeps.
Okay.
You know, Raven used to have a tattoo that said Rust never sleeps.
Rust?
What do you think about Tony Schiavone getting a Spike never sleeps? Because you'll hold a grudge on a motherfucker.
Spike never sleeps.
Yeah. Think about it. While you're thinking about
I've got a lot of things to get a tattoo for.
What would be on the short list of things you'd get on your next tattoo?
I get something with my dog Scout here. Maybe something Batman. I don't know. Maybe something that's about it. Maybe some sort of saying, like some sort of great quote or something like that.
Butts and seats.
No, I don't think I do butts and seats.
Greatest night in the history of our great sport.
That could work. That could work.
Put that on your dick. Greatest night in the history of our great. You may have to do abbreviations for you, but
which begs the question: has any fool tattooed his penis?
Yeah, I know a guy. You know one too.
Oof.
My old buddy Clint from Hershey.
Really?
Yeah, he tattooed a smiley face on the tip of his dick.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Swear.
God. Well, I don't know.
You're not going to even consider that?
No.
What about it stings? You put that right like a tramp stamp right above your asshole, and then when you get older, it stings. Just add an S.
I am old. Okay.
You were listing things you were thankful for earlier. Bryant wants to know: is Tony thankful for the Drizzler?
Yes. Okay. Yes. Thankful for Dave Silva.
Yeah. Hey, Top Guy Weekend is happening right after you guys are in Huntsville. I don't know if you saw that, but y'all are coming back to Huntsville for AEW. January 29th. Tickets are going to be on sale soon. If you haven't already, check it out, AEWTIX.com. Tony, you're coming back to Huntsville.
Yikes.
Can I take you to lunch?
Nah.
That's what I thought.
But I appreciate the thought. The 29th, which would be a
Wednesday. You do the fucking shows on a Wednesday, Tony.
Well, sometimes we do a Thursday show and we tape Collision, and sometimes we do a Saturday show.
No,
Okay.
You're doing a Wednesday show. It's a doubleheader taping. You'll tape
Okay.
Collision, so you're off that weekend. So it's Wednesday for both Dynamite and Collision at the Von Braun Civic Center, the Probst Arena.
Right.
AEWTIX.com is where you can get your tickets. I'll be there.
Good.
There's a rumor Dave Silva might even be there. It's
Really?
a rumor.
Well, if it's going to be Top Guy Weekend coming up that weekend, you think that Dave would show up. You never know. He didn't show up for the last one. Why would
Thank God.
And so, yeah. So we got, I'll drive in that morning and then drive out after the show.
Of course. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't I?
By the way, I know one of the other things that you're thankful for is Lumen. It's the world's first handheld metabolic coach. It's a device that measures your metabolism through your breath. And on the app, it lets you know if you're burning fat or carbs. And then it gives you tailored guidance to improve your nutrition, your workouts, your sleep, and even your stress management. All you got to do is breathe into your Lumen first thing in the morning, and you'll know what's going on with your metabolism, meaning whether you're burning mostly fats or carbs. And then Lumen gives you that personalized nutrition plan for that day based on the measurements. You can breathe into your Lumen before and after your workouts and even your meals, so you know exactly what's going on in your body in real time. Think about your metabolism almost like your body's engine. It's how your body turns the food you eat into the fuel that keeps you going. And your metabolism is at the center of everything your body does. So when you really optimize your metabolic health, it makes weight management easier. You get improved energy levels, better fitness results, better sleep, even better focus. Lumen gives you recommendations to improve your metabolic health with each breath. So if you want to stay on track with your health this holiday season, go right now to lumen.me/WHW to get 15% off your Lumen. That's LUMEN.me/WHW for 15% off your purchase. Lumen makes a great gift too. And we thank you, Lumen, for sponsoring today's episode. And our episode, as we said, is December 1st, 1997, or as Peacock calls it, Season 3, Episode 48. Tony, you ready to roll?
Yeah, I am. I'm going to do something I shouldn't do. I'm going to play a DJ countdown without listening to it beforehand.
Here we go.
I just loaded it up.
My goodness.
Everybody ready?
We're ready.
DJ, turn up! You know what I thought when I was watching that though, Conrad?
What?
I was thought, damn glad you were 4 years old. Because had you been like 10, 11, or 12, poor old Larry Thompson had been bothered. Daddy, get me those boots. Daddy, look at them boots. I like that white one. You know that white one? Would you buy me that? And then buy me that other boot from my collection, Daddy. Buy me them boots. Daddy, buy me them boots. Sell some more vacuum cleaners, Daddy. Buy me some boots.
You know what?
Come on now, buy me some boots.
You know what I would have said if I was 10 right then?
Right.
Hey, Daddy, look at that cocksucker wearing bell bottoms on TV. Him don't know it's 85. Him thinks it's 75. Daddy, does he get dressed in the dark? Why does he have a porn stash but a little baby dick? Daddy, why? Is it a rib, Daddy? Why?
Starting with a little clip from the prior week Nitro where they dropped the Sting dummy down from the ceiling and he crashed through the ring. And then as they go to pull the dummy up, oh, look at that. Hulk Hogan hit the dummy in the head with a baseball bat. Now we get the big open here. Man, I love this old classic Nitro opening. Wish we could play the sound. I wish WWE wasn't such a bunch of assholes, you know?
Well, you know what? You know, it's assholeomania.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. The Sting dummy.
Man, this era of Nitro, put it in my veins, dude.
Yeah.
I love the Nitro sign. I love the big WCW letters. I love the pyro. I love just the trussing, the projection of the logo on the ramp, the way the ring skirt glows through. We're from Knoxville, Tennessee here. It's a big episode. And here you guys are at the desk from left to right. It's the professor, Mike Tenay. We're in his Canadian tuxedo. It's Tony Schiavone. And there he is, Larry Zbyszko, doing a little salute to open the show.
Would you hit me with the time code because I stumbled through my open?
I'm at 122, 123, 124, 125, 126, 127, 128, 129, 130.
All right. Thank you very much.
James Ilkrow wants to know, is that the best intro ever? I agree with Conrad. The lights and pyro and go-getter start to the show. I don't know of a better open. I really like it. And I know that, you know, every wrestling show sort of leans into the way that looked. I mean, so many shows, including AEW Dynamite, open with the big open. And I do like that you guys have sort of the salute to Brody Lee. It's Wednesday. You know what that means.
Right. Yeah.
Super fun.
That is forever. And this is Zbyszko and Bischoff going back and forth, right? Am I right? Where are you? I'm really mixed up here. Sorry.
Yeah, bud. We're still in the recap from the prior week. We're at 222, 223, 224, 225, 226. I never known somebody who could get lost in 90 seconds. I mean, this is a real talent that you possess, and I'm thankful for it. That's what I'm thankful for. That you managed to get lost in 90 seconds. That's where we are with the
well, I'm playing it on a different player here, and it means that it's never mind. You wouldn't understand.
No, I wouldn't, because I just downloaded it with the link I was provided in an email.
That's all, yeah.
By the way, Nitro here got a 3.9 and a 3.7 for hour 1 and hour 2. Raw got a 2.7 and a 3.3. So you guys are still smashing, but the gap is tightening here. And we're opening with a recap here of what happened last week. And what we're really trying to do is set up Eric Bischoff versus Larry Zbyszko at Starrcade 97. I mean, this is kind of interesting. Nitro is at stake here. The idea being, if Eric Bischoff wins, it's NWO Nitro. If Larry Zbyszko wins, it's WCW Nitro. But I wonder, with the benefit of hindsight, if Eric Bischoff, because clearly this is all story, would he have booked himself in a match at Starrcade now? I think that'd be interesting. What did you think of Eric Bischoff booking himself in Starrcade back then, 1997?
I didn't have a problem with it at all.
He was a great performer for sure.
Yeah, and he was a great heel.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I didn't have a problem with it. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that did. I mean, there's a lot of people that had a problem with, back then, I didn't really have a problem with anything. Just, whatever. I was there to call it. I was there to try to make it work. And I never thought I was some sort of booking type, well, this works and this doesn't, genius. I never did see myself as one of those. So yeah, sure. Let's give it a shot. So I had no problem with that. How about the signs, dude?
So many signs here, man. Eric Bischoff was in the zone in this era.
Yeah.
He had to just feel like, I mean, he's told me before that Halloween Havoc 96, he feels like, was the high point of his enjoyment and the fun. But I mean, in 97, creatively, they're hitting a home run. They're about to have the biggest pay-per-view in WCW history. He's just signed Bret Hart. This is just weeks after the whole Montreal screw job. It feels like he holds all the cards in wrestling at this point.
Yeah, and you can see it the way he's coming to the ring, that you can just see the confidence in his face of what he's done. And I shudder to think, what do you think? How long would WCW had lasted without Eric Bischoff? I don't.
It's a great question.
Yeah, I don't think long. I mean, listen, before Bischoff took over and before Hogan arrived and before all of that and the Monday Night Wars, we were struggling. We had Jim Herd had taken a national promotion that was a hit on Saturday nights and just absolutely run the whole thing in the ground. And Kip Fry didn't help matters either. Bill Watts tried his best, but he was on a sinking ship. Eric Bischoff comes in and he just completely overturns everything. And here we are. Here he was.
It's interesting to think about, with the benefit of hindsight, how important Eric Bischoff was to wrestling, because there is a contingent out there who thinks that, oh, he's an idiot, he's a loser, he contributed nothing to wrestling.
Yeah.
He killed WCW. And you're saying right here, boy, without Eric Bischoff, WCW wouldn't have lasted as long as it did.
I don't think so.
And I think that's fascinating because the people who say, LOL, he killed WCW, of course, they weren't actually there. But
Right.
you were.
Right.
It's weird the way that revisionist history changes a little bit.
Right. The people that feel that way, are they the nameless ones behind a keyboard?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Rajiv is with us, and he says, I'm thankful for Tony and thankful for Conrad. One of the bright spots of my week is always WHW. Well, thank you, Rajiv. We appreciate you jumping on with us.
Yep. Rajiv is still married, by the way.
I think I am.
Yeah. He now has got married, and despite earlier projections, they're still married. She still puts up with him.
Did you imagine that you would still be married in 2024?
I didn't know what I'd be doing in 20. It's, when you're younger and you're just getting married and you're starting to do baseball, and like I was, and you're thinking, I'm going to maybe hopefully one day be in the major leagues. And I had no idea what the future, I didn't look that far. I can, I can tell you this. One thing I can definitely tell you that through the years, and I think you know this, I never thought I would get back into wrestling again.
Right.
That's one thing I definitely knew. And then once I got into wrestling, I knew I would never do Major League Baseball, but that was not true because I did do Major League Baseball on a kind of a different level. Doing the pregame show, being an official scorer. And of course doing AAA baseball, but I thought wrestling was gone.
I'm pretty excited to watch this match. I mean, this is just my peak fandom era, and a lot of people really resonate. I mean, this era really resonates with them. Like Bryant was a big fan back then, and he says, when you're doing the open and have to talk over the pyro going off, are you yelling to make sure it can be heard, or is the pyro not as loud as we think?
No, it's loud, but I'm yelling to try to bring across the excitement.
Yes.
Is what I'm doing. Yeah. And you know what? Pyro to me is overdone. And I think we're doing it right now. I don't think you need pyro every night. I think you need it for the big shows like we do now for the pay-per-views. But
hey, that swerve pyro for his entrance this weekend was badass.
Yeah.
When he stood right there at the end of the ramp and it was going off in the background, that was a really cool visual. Shout out to Swerve and Mike and whoever else is involved in the production into that, because that was a cool look. Almost as cool as Eddie Guerrero coming out here to watch Rey Mysterio wrestle Juventud. He's got the cruiserweight title across his shoulder, and man, I'm fired up to see this. But that sinister Eddie Guerrero stare, that swagger, that was cool.
Yeah. He is Eddie certainly had a profound impact on the business and obviously on Mercedes Moné as well. And she paid homage to him with the Three Amigos, and people booed that, of course, but they weren't booing Eddie. They were booing her. She's, I like her a lot.
I mean, I think she had her best match in AEW this past weekend against Chris Statlander.
Yeah.
They had a hell of a match.
They did.
By the way, Eddie Guerrero is doing guest commentary here. He's joined you at the desk. Do a little character work for Juventud and Rey Mysterio.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you want to talk about two guys ahead of their time, right?
Oh, wow. They just, how big of, I know how big a star, look at that, how big a star Ray was for us and then for the WWE.
Yes.
How big a star was he in Mexico prior to that, or was he?
Not really, because he was so young. I mean, he was never a huge star.
Right.
At first, I think they had him wrestling minis and things, but I mean, he started when he was like 14 or 15 years old.
Right.
And, obviously he was with you guys when he was still a very, very young man.
Right.
But I don't think he was like main event status just yet. Obviously now he's one of the biggest legends. I mean, he's probably the biggest star, living star for Mexico, I would think. But it's not like he was working, big time main events before he came up, because he was still literally a kid.
Right. Yeah, it's he was just spectacular. I mean, and such a great kid too.
It's interesting to think, Tony. I don't mean to cut you off, but
Sorry?
there's so many great, talented performers down there who, the pay scale is just so different in Mexico. Like, oh man, he just hit his head on the top rope. That looked bad. I hope we get to see a replay of that.
Mm.
But I mean, being the top guy in Mexico doesn't really compare with being even like a mid card guy here in America as far as the revenue and income and quality of life. But it is a much bigger cultural deal, Lucha Libre is in Mexico, than professional wrestling is in America, I think. Or at least it was. Maybe that's changing now. But what if, someone else had gotten this opportunity and Ray became a lucha legend? I mean, obviously he was from afar. Like if you go to one of those lucha shows in Mexico now, whether it's Arena Mexico or a AAA show or whatever, outside of that building, they're going to be selling Rey Mysterio masks. I mean, he's a big time merch mover. Of course, it's all bootleg too, but he's a big star. But in an alternate universe, what if he stayed down there? Could he have become, like an icon in that territory the way he did in America?
Yeah, I don't know. You were talking about guys in who are big stars in Lucha Libre in Mexico. I was often told that Conan was to Mexico what Hulk Hogan was to America. Is that accurate?
Once upon a time, there's no doubt. I mean, he was a television star. I mean, he had an album. He was on soap operas. He was all over TV shows, but he sold big arenas, stadiums. I mean, 30, 40, 50,000 people would come see shows he was on. He came out to, Rocky theme songs. I mean, it was next level. I mean, he's like 25 and writing a check for a Ferrari type deal.
Yeah, I remember he showed up on one of our shows at Center Stage with a mask on, and I remember thinking, "Holy shit, this guy's amazing!" And he was
And big too. I mean,
Yeah.
that was the difference. Is he was a big jacked up luchador. He
Yeah.
didn't look like a lot of the other. He didn't look like Juventud or Rey Mysterio.
Yeah. Speaking of big locked up luchadors or jacked up luchadors, we have locked up ones too. Big jacked up luchadors. Let's bring in ours, Dave Silva.
Okay, here he is.
Dave Silva, our big jacked up luchador.
Oh, he's got the wife beater on. He's doing his best Daniel Garcia.
Dave, how
I
you
heard a
doing?
call for Daniel Garcia, and I just felt like I needed my wife beater on.
Well, with us, ladies and gentlemen, is the new TBS champion or TNT champion. Unfortunately, he's got the fast acting diabetes. I'm not exactly sure what happened.
Stop it.
Oh shit! I missed my computers.
His belly hit the camera.
Belly
hit the camera.
I done almost messed up my picture boxes.
Okay, Dave, you can take yourself. Oh God.
Why do you encourage this?
I don't know. I told Addison we need more of your funny stuff on our show, and then after that one, I'm not so sure I'm right. And there was that a 1, 2, 3. Oh my God!
If we go back to him, he may have his damn nipples out. So don't call for him again. The first time he was wearing a full shirt. The next time it was a wife beater. All that's left is for the nips to come out. We don't need that.
Maybe we'll do it at the end of the show. Okay.
It's almost like, I mean, I know why that is. You're thinking if you see Dave Silva with his shirt off, you might not need any Blue Chew. Blue Chew is an online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but at a fraction of the cost and in a chewable form. And the process is simple, guys. You just sign up at bluechew.com. You consult with one of their licensed medical providers. And once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. Blue Chew's tablets are made in the USA. They're prepared and shipped directly to your door. And the best part is it's all done online. That means no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversation, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. Blue Chew wants men rock hard. That's what they told me. That's the mission. They won't stop until every man is bricked up like a brick house, until every tent is pitched, until every rod is raised. Discover your options at BlueChew.com, and we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free. Just pay $5 shipping and checkout when you visit BlueChew.com. That's BlueChew.com to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring What Happened When. Man, you want to talk about a badass? We just see Wrath coming to the ring here. One of James Vandenberg's, they didn't call them oddities. I forget what the word they used were, but Wrath is the former Atom Bomb.
Yeah. And,
what a nice guy he is in real life too.
Yeah.
Did you spend any time with him, Mr. Clark?
Yeah, I sure did. You're right. Just a great kid. And what an entrance. I mean, that's the hologram entrance before hologram. Them lasers shooting out there.
Yeah, that's a badass look.
It is. And of course, these are characters right out of
Mortal Kombat.
Am I able to sing that, or am we going to get
Mortal Kombat.
If I sing that, is YouTube going to,
No.
knock us
YouTube can take turns sucking our dicks. We're not worried about it.
Okay.
Hey, Coach Rosie's with us, and he's got some late breaking news. He says 411 Fuck Sheet just reported that Tony Schiavone said they could have got a broom closet to run WCW, and it would have been successful.
Wow.
So there you go. That's what the rumor and innuendo is.
411 Fuck Sheet, huh?
411 Fuck Sheet. They're on it.
They're on it.
Speaking of on it, here's Hugh Morris here, who went on to have quite a second act as a big-time trainer. But, man, I'll tell you, before he was in WCW, he was Crash the Terminator, and I was not familiar with his game. I wasn't even watching wrestling pre-Nitro. But once I saw Hugh Morris do, oh, here comes Raven hopping the rail. When I saw Hugh Morris hit a moonsault, it was like, whoa.
Yeah.
This dude's something else.
We all said the same thing. And that's why he got the push that he got, because he could do things that a guy his size we had never seen before. So, yeah. And I got along with Bill DeMott. I know there's a lot of guys that he trained that did not get along with him. That is, from what I heard, he was rough on some of the guys. I don't know if that's true or not. You hear so much bullshit in wrestling. You just don't know what's true, right? So, but so we're in Knoxville, right? And,
Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yeah, and this is the old Knoxville Civic Arena where we used to run. And I don't believe we were running where Tennessee played basketball, but I do believe we ran it later on in the WCW sphere. James Vandenberg's going to get hit.
Yeah, this is the Knoxville Civic Coliseum.
Civic Coliseum, right. This is where we had the we all went and paid our respects to Brian Hildebrand at this arena.
Oh, that's a cool show.
Yeah.
How about Wrath right there? I mean, what would you call that move he just did on Hugh Morris? He ran the apron and then like flipped over on him. I don't know what that's called, but you hang out with Excalibur, so you probably do.
No, I just let him do it.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying he's a big boy to be doing shit like that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, but here he's going to go up top too. For a guy, I mean, here's the deal. Especially back then, you're on television. You're on the television in a big time promotion that is doing well. Hell, that's a move like kind of like Ricochet does.
6'6", he just did that, y'all.
Yeah, right.
Wait, look at Mortis here. He's putting a chain around his boot here.
Right.
He's clearly getting ready to kick Hugh Morris.
So what I'm saying is, you're a big guy like this, and you want to show off what you can do, right? So you do things like this. Oh,
you know what's coming now.
Yeah, of course I do.
Telegraphed. Oh,
yep.
Mortis accidentally kicks Wrath.
Yep.
Hugh Morris does the little shoulder block, and down goes Mortis, and he's pointing to the top. Here we go. We're going to get to see a damn moonsault. Oh, Vandenberg wants no part of this. Down goes Vandenberg. All right, here we go. Man, what a visual. That was a great little match right there.
Yes, it was. And not many people did that. And that was spectacular on many, many levels.
How cool was that?
Very cool.
You know, I just met the referee here, Mr. Silverman. I just met him at Kevin Sullivan's thing.
Yeah, I saw Billy. That's the first time I'd seen Billy since those days. So, yeah, it's good to see him.
It's good to see everybody joining us here. We still got a lot more Nitro to cover here. We're doing a little promo here for WCW Saturday night. What did you call this series of graphics for Saturday night? All the computerized bullshit. What was there a name for that?
We called it Sid Vicious's arm. Because that's the arm that you saw before it became like
RoboCop.
That was Sid Vicious's arm they used. So that's what we always called that Sid Vicious's arm.
Huh. Learn something new every day.
Yeah. So there you go. This Saturday, 6:05 on TBS.
Hey, saw something made me think of you the other day. You know, I know that this is Grandma's in the front row. We're gonna get the Hogan Granny back and forth later because I know that. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Come on, Grandma.
Hogan Granny.
Yeah, Hogan's gonna get in Grandma's face here in just a minute.
Oh my God, that's great.
They're gonna have a back and forth. Oh god damn.
And it's gonna have
Bischoff bowing down to Hulk Hogan coming out, playing air guitar. This is hilarious.
Is this the Granny section too? I mean, segment is.
I don't know if it's this segment. I just know. Look at that. They just showed Hulk Hogan from 1971.
Wow.
His graduation photo from high school. Man, these guys are monsters finding that. Oh, I don't remember that. Look at
I don't
that.
either.
Put the Sting mask on the camera, so you get to see Hulk Hogan through the eyes of Sting. That's pretty innovative.
That is very cool. Wow, that's ahead of our time. That's
holy shit.
That's unlike WCW.
I know what happened. Somebody was allowed to do something creative. What the fuck?
I know.
Oh, see, Hogan's jacking off. No, I shouldn't have said that. Boy, that sounded bad.
Yeah.
Hogan's jaw jacking with the fans here. I feel like he's going to come around the corner and do it with Grandma. I got to stop. Everything I'm saying is coming out wrong. I'm going to put myself in timeout.
Okay. Yeah. He's in timeout. Okay. Okay. He's pointing there. I think he's fingering. I mean, no, I'm going to put my timeout too.
Silva, get on the fucking show. We're in time, self-imposed time. If your nipples are out, then don't come on. We don't want to see your nipples. Oh,
really?
No, he's in the ring. He's in the ring. We're good.
Okay.
Hey, here's what I was thinking though. You know, you and Lois have been married now. I mean, gosh, before color TV, how long? 40, 50, 60 years now?
43 years.
So it's probably one of those deals where you guys have had, if you count when you're dating, nearly 50 Christmases together.
Nearly.
So you've had to get so many Christmas presents through the years for her. And at some point, you probably run out of shit to get your wife for Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Like, she's hard to buy for. Well, there's this new thing they're doing. It's not really a gift. It's more of an experience. And I saw something about it on social media the other day. And I said to myself, Tony Schiavone and Lois could go do this couples experience together. And I think she'd be thrilled. It could be like a bucket list type thing. I wanted to share it with you here, Tony.
You can join the Mile High Club in Las Vegas in a flying hotel room for less than $900. It is the lowest price it has ever been. This is Love Cloud, and just through the holidays, they have a sale that gets the price to $875 for two people to enjoy all of this space for activities. And to answer your questions, the pilot is behind a curtain, so you have total privacy. He wears noise-canceling headphones and plays music, so aside from a little turbulence, he won't know what's going on. The next question is, how much room is there back here, and is it clean? It is deep cleaned between every flight, and there is enough room for anything you could want to do back here. It's actually much bigger than it looks. Here's a shot from the very end of the room, and you can customize this flight to be as adventurous or romantic as you want it to be. This is not for everyone, but if you want to do something a little bit different that you can't do anywhere else, at least legally, let them pick you up in a limo and fly you high above the Vegas skyline, and hopefully it ends with you earning the certificate of completion. Details in the comments. Follow me for all the Vegas.
The certificate
of completion.
Do you have how do you prove that? Do you have to show a sample? Are you doing like collection cup or what are you thinking? Is that something you and Lois might do for the next Double or Nothing?
No. But you know, I'm trying to think about that certificate of completion caught me by surprise too. I should have asked for that years ago. All right, lady, we're done. Could I have my certificate of completion?
My God.
God.
What a great idea that is, though.
Yeah.
Oh, look, here we go.
Oh.
Here he comes. It's Hogan and Grandma, man.
Yeah.
Dude, this is such a classic thing.
Yeah.
What a pro Terry Bollea is.
Yeah.
Going right after Grandma. She's swinging at him. This is great stuff, dude.
Doug Dillinger.
Doug Dillinger trying to just grin like a possum. He loves every minute of it. Look at her saying she wants to scratch his eyes out. This is so great. That's Lois Schiavone watching Fox News.
Oh, he pointed at her.
That plane. I'm not getting on that plane with you, Tony. Put that away.
Well, honey, I want that certificate of completion. I need a certificate to make sure I did something. Because I'm not sure. What?
Back when you were trying to just break in the biz.
Yeah.
You know, you're a big fan. You
Yeah.
can't believe you've been fortunate enough to go to Ric Flair's home and interview him. And is that going to be it? Or can I keep doing this? This is going to be great.
Right.
If Mr. Crockett came to you and said, Tony, are you willing to do what it takes to be in the wrestling business?
Yeah.
I'm sure you would have said, oh, yes, sir.
Yes,
what,
sir.
what do I need to do?
Yeah.
And if he said, well, you've got to do a little fan appreciation every now and again.
Okay.
You see that grandma over there in the front row?
Yeah.
At the end of the night,
Yeah.
she's going to be waiting around back.
Yeah.
And if you just be so kind as to escort her and your Buick LeSabre down to the Talent Hotel,
Yeah.
you'd really be doing all the boys a solid. And you could cement your footing here in Jim Crockett Promotions. Just need you to take care of business. Could you have done that for Grandma, for the business?
I would have said, you think she gonna scratch my eyes out? No, I don't think I could have done that for the business. However, here 43 years later, I'm
You're doing it already.
I'm doing it already. Eugene Nagata.
Eugene Nagata has some of the best facials in wrestling. Look at him looking around.
Yeah.
He looks like Cody Angle. Cody Angle should go as Eugene Nagata for Halloween.
He's got that Cody Angle mustache, doesn't he?
Dude, I'm just saying. If we get Cody Angle some chest protectors,
Yeah.
teach him how to throw some kicks.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Here comes that nothing happening son of a bitch, Prince Iakea. Hey, you know what? I just figured out how they finally end the bloodline story. Just have that fucker show up one time and they'll shut the show down. Prince Aya, fuck off. That's what you are.
I thought when you went, oh my God, I thought that Evan Courageous was going to walk through. But actually, Evan couldn't walk through. His head was too big to get through the entryway there.
Okay. Oh my God. Coach Rosie is a bad influence. He's with us and says, I need some nips. Why have you created this for Tony Schiavone? You have now encouraged people to be pulling for Dave Silva nipples.
No, see, you're the one that brought up nipples. You're the one that brought up shirtless. You're the one that planted that seed. I just wanted Dave to come on here and be entertaining for us. But now you said, oh, the next time we see him, he may show his nipples. And
I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't.
And everybody goes, wow, why not Dave show his nipples?
Well, you can't put, oh God. What's happening? Why did you do this?
You say Prince Iakea's name 3 times and I pop up. How can I screw up your show?
Tony. Tony Schiavone is dead. Past tense. He was 78. If you're not watching, you're missing it. You hit the subscribe button, whwmonday.com. don't think you can hear that.
Is he still there?
All I know is we better not go to a full screen of Dave Silva with his shirt off, because this will be the last What Happened When. Tony Schiavone will keel over.
Oh my God. Oh.
Are you okay? Tony just took his glasses off. He's rubbing the tears out of his eyes.
Oh.
Sonny Ono just mafia kicked the damn Prince Aya fuck off right in the back of the head. That was brutal looking.
Oh.
We got to get Cody Angle some kick pads.
Yeah, get him to a pose like that.
Dude, that's Cody Angle.
Yeah.
Cody Angle is whooping old Prince Aya fuck off right here.
Yeah. You know,
did you see Nick Patrick? He goes, "Oh, that was a good chop. That was a good clean chop." He's just selling this bullshit. Mr. Patrick, can you tell us what you do for a living? Well, I get two guys together, get them down in their underwear, oil them up real good, get a whole production crew in there, light it good, get a few cameramen to shoot it. I put on my best bow tie with a short sleeve shirt, keep my stash tight, get my Kenny Powers thing going on. And every now and again, as they pretend to hit each other, I say, "Oh, that was a good clean chop. It's a good clean chop." That's what I do.
Am I the only one that notices a wet spot in the ring?
Well, I mean, listen, you saw Grandma earlier and they went to a commercial break. Hogan had to take care of the business, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. See right there. I'm assuming that's somebody throwing some shit in the ring. That's all that is.
Grandma's a squirter.
Would you stop? Would you stop? You said I'm going to shut up.
Tony, you ever get a hold of a squirter in your day, back in the day?
A squirt gun?
Not. That's not really what I had in mind.
Oh, okay, that's what I called it. You know, we used to have squirt gun fights.
Would you have a squirt gun fight with Whitney Wright?
Do you know that you ever told your story about Heenan with squirt guns in porn movies, in porn theaters?
Oh yeah, he'd sit behind guys and shoot them in the ear.
Yeah, with he would fill it up with Ivory liquid soap. And just
first of all,
squirt on them. Okay.
Can you? I mean, I'll be honest. I didn't know porn theaters were even really a thing,
Right?
until I've heard. I guess Pee Wee Herman got arrested in one.
Sure.
Were you there? How do you know?
No, but sure. I heard that story too. But go ahead.
And then now you're telling me Bobby Heenan used to pull his pud in public?
No.
He used to watch other guys pull their puds,
and then he'd squirt them with the squirt gun. Yeah.
You ever go to an adult theater with Klondike Bill?
No, I never did. But had Klondike and I been like in New York City together, I'm sure we would have gone into it.
Oh, is that where you used to go? I mean,
that's where 42nd Street before it was cleaned up in the late 80s. That's that in the 70s. That's where they were. All these places.
James Elkrai is with us, and he says, "This is why this is the best podcast ever." I don't know if I would say that us talking about Dave Silva's nipples warrants that, but Bobby is with us live, and he says, "If I see nipples on the run sheet, we're desperately out of time." How great is that?
Oh wow! Nitro girls.
Roll Tide, Lord have mercy.
Roll Tide is right.
This might be one of the best outfits the Nitro girls ever wore.
Yeah.
Do you think we could get some Dynamite darlings?
I hope not.
I'm sorry.
I hope not.
You don't want a cheerleader section for I mean, Jaguars have cheerleaders. Why don't we have a?
Well, we're not the NFL either.
Kinda.
Not even kinda.
There's no crossover in Jaguar staff and AEW staff. None.
Oh no, there's plenty.
Okay.
Okay, but no.
Let's get them fucking cheerleaders on a Wednesday.
No, let's not get them fucking cheerleaders on a Wednesday.
Why not?
I just don't think I don't think it works.
NFL cheerleaders make no money. Are you not trying to support, create job creation for women here?
Wow, is that what is that the card you're playing, huh?
I'm just asking.
No, is that the card you're playing?
Sounds like you're trying to hold women down.
It sounds like you're trying to call shit on a Monday night.
It's a Sunday night, but whatever.
Yeah. See, you're causing so much shit. I don't even know what day it is.
Bad Money Slim says, "Hey Conrad, I feel like you guy haven't spent nearly enough time on senior wet dreams. Still can't wrap my head around it, but I'm still going to be busting normal nuts clear through my 60s. Tony, have you had at your advanced age any senior wet dreams?
Not that I recall. And who came up with that?
I don't know. Bad Money Slim, I guess, knows about people in their 60s who bust in their sleep.
And he's confident he's going to be doing it through his 60s?
He feels like he's going to be busting normal nuts.
Through his 60s. Yeah. Well, when you get 60, things change, dude.
Well, I have a feeling that Ric Flair in his 70s, he's still popping off every now and again.
I would hope.
Man, what do you think about Harlem Heat? I'm colorblind, so I'm legitimately asking. Is that purple or blue?
Yeah, that's a dark purple, looks like to me.
What do you think about Harlem Heat in purple?
I'm for it.
What do you think about Harlem Heat with Miss Jackie?
I'm for it.
That's pretty, I guess I kind of forgot that Miss Jackie was even with him. I knew Sherry Martell. I knew Colonel Robert Parker. Who else managed them through the years? Is that it?
Did Missy Hyatt? I know she was with the Nasty Boys, but was she with Harlem Heat for a time too?
I don't think so.
Okay,
here we go. Midnight, Sister Sherry, Jacqueline. I kind of forgot about Midnight.
I don't remember Midnight.
She was a Jamaican-born bodybuilder.
This was WCW era?
Yeah, 99.
Okay. I don't remember her at all.
Yeah, Sister Sherry was the name that Martell was using there. Rajiv says, Grandma's a squirter, and I spit my drink everywhere.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That do happen on this podcast.
Hey, Coach Rosie says, just bring Rebel back. I'd be fine with that. Let Rebel do karaoke during the commercials on Dynamite.
She's kind of a fixture during Top Guy Weekend, isn't she?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
She's doing Rebels Happy Hour on Sundays at adfreeshows.com.
Very cool.
Coach Rosie says, Tony, have you changed your opinion on hotel soap dispensers? Because before you did not like the possibility of love juice being added to it.
I still bring my own soap, so I don't pay it any mind, Coach.
There you go.
It sounds to me like Bad Money Slim and Coach Rosie have nothing else to talk about but gross shit.
What does that mean?
I'm just want those two guys to take a drink of water, shake their head, get all the shit out of their ears, and come join the real conversation about pro wrestling. Irish whip into the ropes, shoulder tackle by Ming, over the top, leapfrog by Booker. Oh, and a spin wheel leg lariat. My God, up goes Ming. Gut shot. Here he goes off the ropes. The scissor kick. Down goes Ming. Rolls him over. 1, 2. Oh, he kicked out in 2. Tag. Stevie Ray. What about Stevie Ray, Conrad?
Oh, I was going to take my headphones off. I was like, we're just going to do color commentary. I can't be helpful here. I got nothing. Hey, I don't know what's going on here, but Antonio Santos is making a suggestion here.
Oh, Lord.
And he says taints and taters.
Hey, Antonio's another knucklehead. Okay.
Wait, is that a barbecue restaurant? Taints and taters?
Taints and taters? I don't know.
Maybe it's hot dogs and baked potatoes. Hot dogs and tater tots.
Could be,
Taints
yes.
and taters.
Don't think it is. Yeah.
It could be
a cover. 1, 2. Go ahead.
Do you think tater he means like an actual potato, or is he talking about a stiff shot?
Probably a stiff shot. Yeah. Yeah, probably Antonio.
Well, they're wearing the taints coming in.
I have no tag is made, and here comes Ming. I have no idea.
When you were growing up, did you call it a taint or a gooch or a
I
cho?
didn't call anything.
Jesus zipper? What?
No,
I mean, you had to use something.
I used to say, I'm chafed. Where
That
you
was your
chafed?
legs, though. You weren't
where-
talking about between your.
Well, sometimes you get chafed between those if you get your little white tighties. What am I talking about? Quickly make a tag. Tag Booker T, Stevie Ray. Come on, Stevie Ray, you lazy hum bitch. Come on now, make a tag.
I don't know. I don't know what's happening here.
Oh my God, she pulled down Jimmy Hart by the britches. Did you see that?
2 Memphis classics there.
She
All
grabbed him.
4 men are in the ring like it's a tag match on Dynamite.
She grabbed him. I think Stevie Ray's blowed up over in the corner, to be honest with you.
There's no doubt. He's been on a knee. It's almost like the coach told him, hey, take a knee. And Booker T is wrestling 2 guys and whooping both their asses single-handedly.
Oh, Stevie gets up. All right, I'm ready now. Oh.
He was waiting on a spot. By the way, these guys are ahead of their time. They knew all about breathe right strips way back when.
Yes, they did.
I love a breathe right strip, by the way.
Yeah, I know you do. You still wear them at night.
Not every night, but I have before.
You know what I wear now at night? We
What's
got to
that?
get who's that guy that does sponsors for us?
You hate him. His name's Dave Green.
Yeah, him. We need to, you know what I use mouth tape. Have you ever used mouth tape at night?
No, but I've seen it, and I asked myself when I saw it, oh, whenever there's a wooden folding chair, Mink's gonna fucking know.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, you can see where it's gimmick too. Jesus.
Yeah.
But he just punched. Yeah, that's not the way they wanted that to go.
No.
I said to myself, who's falling for this fucking mouth tape gimmick? You don't need special tape for that shit. You could just use any other tape, and they're going to convince you that, oh, this is different. Oh, it's better. And it costs 8 times more.
It works.
Yeah, I'm sure of it.
It works. We need to have the sponsor. It is because I wear a CPAP machine.
Oh,
and with the
it
CPAP,
forces you to breathe through your nose.
Right. It forces you to breathe through your nose, but you can breathe through the mouth, but it's because it's got, some of it has, just a little crease in it, but it's breathable tape.
So it's porous, kind of.
It's porous, and it has completely changed the game around for me because I used to be so dry in the mouth in the mornings, even down the throat, just dry. No longer. I'm telling you, it's not a gimmick. It's for real. So,
do you have any in your studio right now? Can you demonstrate the mouth tape?
I can't. I have 1 piece left. That's for tonight, and I got some more coming in tomorrow, so I can't.
Well, next week on the show, can we have you demonstrate some mouth tape?
No, let's have what's his name again? Dave Green.
Yes.
Let's have him go out and get a freaking sponsor for it.
I'm not opposed to that, but here's the way the podcasting business works.
Oh,
their budgets are committed through the end of the year, so it would be Q1 before we could see mouth tape.
Oh, right.
Unless you just,
let's have dumbass one get on Q1 and get it done.
Yeah, if you could just send them an email, because I know you're friends. It's weird, anytime we try to do anything that creates revenue, you're like, fuck him and fuck everybody they know. And it's like, wow, okay. Sorry. Can I take you to lunch? No, fuck off. I'm driving in or driving back.
I don't want no free food. Fuck it.
And then occasionally you'll hit me with, hey, you know what? It's been too long since I came to see you. I'm going to come this weekend. And then I hear from you 17 days later. Fuck Dave and fuck the other Dave and fuck everybody. Okay. I hate the fucking wrestling business. You made me get back in this bullshit. I fucking hate you. I'm over here. I'm so frustrated in my brand new goddamn Range Rover that I wrote a check for. And my fucking paid off house has a fucking wonky garage door, and it's all your fucking fault. Why is it wonky? Well, I hit the motherfucker, so I bought another goddamn Range Rover. It looks just like the first one. So Lois wouldn't say shit. What'd you do with the first one? I threw it in the gutter, and I went and bought another. Oh, okay.
Well, I never did puke in one, did I? And have to buy another one, did I? Motherfucker.
I've never puked in a Range Rover. Not one time. Threw up in an Audi. Threw up a lot in an Audi.
You sure did.
Traded it for a Range Rover the next day. The wife was happy.
Yeah. Coach Roy says, I'll try it. I'm a mouth sleeper. I'm telling you, if you're a mouth sleeper, you need to try this. You really do.
Mouth sleeper sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Rajiv has a serious question. Does the mouth tape rip off any of the beard hair?
It pulls on a little bit, but it's, and I put it to where it's right under the beard here and right down here. So it does pull a little bit, but it's not bad. It's not bad. They all say it's, you know, it's easy getting this off. It won't pull. They all pull, but it's not that bad.
Hey, Derek Zoo, he'd like to be your friend too. He's with us here live. Just turn him down live in front of everybody like you did me. He says, when you guys come to Knoxville in January, let's go get a meal or a coffee.
We're coming to Knoxville in January?
Yeah, I guess.
He knows more than I do.
What about Clarksville, Tennessee? Are you looking forward to being there?
When is that? I only know December. I only know what we're doing on. Well, I know we're going to Australia, and I know we're going to London, but I have no idea what January is bringing for us. I don't. If you do, you know more than I do.
I do. So on January 1st, you're doing Fight for the Fallen in Asheville. On the 4th, you're back in Charlotte. On the 8th, you're in Clarksville. On the 11th, you're in Athens, Georgia. On the 16th, you're in Louisville, Kentucky. On the 22nd, you're in Knoxville.
Wow.
On the 29th, you're doing Dynamite and Collision in Huntsville. Then you're going to Houston on February 8th. And then on February 11th, you're doing Austin. And then you guys fly to Australia for your February 15th show. And you'll be back in Phoenix on the 19th. And then you do a California tour, 3 dates in late February, early March. And after that, all that's announced is Texas and London. AEWTIX.com. Come see Tony Schiavone live and in person. And if you'd like, be sure to slide into his DMs, invite him for coffee or lunch. He will not accept, but it'll be fun to ask.
Yeah, because I don't check my DMs.
Yeah. Or you don't, and when your friends offer, you say no, or you ignore their text messages completely.
Right.
Yes.
Do you do that? Do you ignore text messages by accident?
Yes, I have been known to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know why it went full screen. Dave Silva wanted to prove a point right there.
Let's go to Conrad Thompson. Conrad.
Yes, sir.
Do you look at a text sometimes? So I'll answer that here in a few minutes, then completely forget about it.
Yes.
Yes, I've done that too. Yeah,
we've all done that.
Yeah, that's terrible.
You know how many of our top guys are going to be at your show on January 29th in Huntsville? You know, since we're already doing Top Guy Weekend already.
Yeah.
But we're going to have a good little cheering section there.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Yeah.
That'll be wonderful.
Back in the day, I used to hit up Raphael Morphy and say, hey, man, can I move a block of tickets for y'all? Just send me a link or something and I can set my guys up. But since he's gone, I don't know who the fuck does that anymore. But I think that'd be cool if we had like a little WHW cheering section.
I'll put you in contact with a guy. We've got a great staff. We really do.
Oh, I have no doubt. I'm not shitting on whoever's doing it now. Yeah. I'm just saying I just knew the old school crew.
Jesus.
Here's your favorite Disco Inferno shaking that ass.
My least favorite color, orange. My least favorite person in the world, Disco. Together.
Hypothetically, Jeff Jarrett wearing his Tennessee bullshit, Taz, and Disco Inferno in this orange get up. They're doing a 3-way dance. Winner keeps orange. Who do you think wins?
Run that by me again. Jarrett. Who else?
Taz and Disco.
Okay.
For the color. Oh, and Orange Cassidy.
Orange Cassidy.
Only one person keeps orange.
Yeah, it's Taz.
Wow. Especially with that new knee.
Oh, look at Granny.
Oh, she's ready for it. She loves that shit.
Yeah. I don't know if you did you watch the pregame show on YouTube?
Hell yeah, I did. Are you kidding?
Okay.
That's where I saw the Rizzler.
But did you also see
Jeff Jarrett's bouffant hair? It is the great. I texted Karen as soon as it started, and I said, just so you know, I'm pumped about the Rizzler, but it's going to be hard to beat Jeff Jarrett's blowout tonight. My God.
I mentioned on TV.
I heard you say said the word bouffant, which is why I used it back to you. I loved it. When you hit him with the bouffant, it made me crack up. I loved it.
Every time they went to them, I can only just stare at his hair.
I did the exact same thing. My mom said, and I'm gonna get heat with Jeff for this. My mom said, "Do you think he uses the same dye that Donald Trump does?" And I'm like, "Mom, don't say that to him. Don't say that to him. That will kill him." But he had that hair poofed out so much. I thought when he started talking, it was gonna be like, "I do declare." You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is that hairdo, man? I love it.
Jeff Jarrett is the gift that keeps on giving, doesn't he?
Just the best.
Oh God, there's nobody like him, man. Just it makes me smile when I see him and Karen and Jay Lethal and Sanjay and Big Sutton together. It's puts on my happy face when I see them together.
We got to name that group though. I know that Tom wanted to call them total nonstop assholes. I don't think you can say that on TV, but you like that?
I'm hitting them with it backstage the next time I see it. So go, the total nonstop assholes are here.
Yes.
Oh God.
How do you not love Scott Hall mocking the Giant? So great.
Yeah.
Kevin Nash was boys with Disco, and of course they hit him with the clothesline there, and they're wearing their 6 shirts in support of Sean Waltman.
Oh God, I've just got Jeff Jarrett's bouffant on my mind.
Dude, it's so great. Maybe we can get Dave Silva to go find us a picture of his.
Yeah, Dave, you can find a picture of that bouffant.
I wonder if we could even make that a shirt. Like that should just be a shirt. Just Jeff with that hair, real big, front and center on the shirt.
There's a cartoon character of a guy with
Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, and the blonde hair sticking up like yes. What's his name again?
Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo.
Throw that in your gimmick machine, and you'll see it. And that is in G double J.
Okay.
Man, I love that finish. What do you think of the Razor's Edge there, the Outsider's Edge, as it's called?
I loved it. I just want him to stomp his face in now. Stomp him. You beat him, stomp him.
Well, he lived.
I know he lived. I want him to die. I just want him to hurt.
I wanted him to hurt. Somebody's asking in the comments here. Bobby wants to know, was Sean Waltman gone by this time? I thought he didn't show up on Raw until 98. From what I understand, he was hurt. He was injured. His last match was October 14th against Hector Garza in Fort Myers, Florida.
Huh. I don't remember that.
That he got hurt?
That he left.
Oh, Eric fired him to prove a point to Scott Hall and Kevin Nash.
Wow.
I guess they were getting kind of too big for their britches, and he fired him. And I think one of the other things was Waltman came out and maybe said something in the course of a match that he shouldn't have, and a live mic caught it. Like, suck my dick, motherfucker, or something like that.
Wow.
It was, you shouldn't be doing that on national TV, I think, maybe, something like that.
Yeah. I don't. That's terrible.
What? Saying suck my dick, motherfucker?
No, that you would fire a guy just to prove a point to somebody else. I mean, everybody has their own, and I'm not shitting on Eric for doing this, but it just goes to show you how things were backstage, really,
Yeah, but you have to feel like you make an example of somebody. Here's what's written here. Yeah. During October 1997, a neck injury sidelined Waltman from wrestling, but he continued to appear on television for several weeks after. While later recuperating at home, he was fired via Federal Express by WCW President Eric Bischoff. Yikes. Waltman claims this was a power play aimed at his friends Hall and Nash, whose backstage influence was felt as a threat. Bischoff later said that Waltman was a competent performer when sober, but sober periods were few and far between, and in many ways, Sean was lucky to even have a job. So I guess maybe there was some reliability issues, or I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but I asked myself, what the hell's going on when I turned on the pre-show, the 0 hour, and I took a look at the glorious head of hair, the mane on Double J, Jeff Jarrett. Look at this, Tony.
Look at that.
It's glowing. It's almost like he's an angelic figure. I mean, is this? I need that in stained glass. That's what I need.
And not only that, the Rizzler doesn't give a shit about Jeff Jarrett. Look at that. Like, eh.
Well, I mean, Jeff Jarrett had been threatening to hit him with a guitar.
Oh,
the entire 0 hour, and even on, oh, look in the background. You see Tony Khan's name on the door there.
On the door, yeah. Look at that. That's tremendous hair. That is hair of an 80-year-old man who knows how to take care of his hair.
Well, there ain't no doubt. Oh, you know what? Bobby reminded me of the exact same thing. Here it is.
All right.
Thank you, Bobby. You got me. Barry Bloom tried to renegotiate his already negotiated contract, so Bischoff fired him. The idea was they had agreed to a deal in principle, as I understand it, and this is from memory. Eric Bischoff made an offer to Waltman. Waltman accepted it. They had either a deal memo or they had sort of shook on it. They just gave each other their word that this is what they were going to do.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Barry Bloom got involved and said, hey, we think we can get more. We need to do more. And Bischoff was like, nope. And that's when allegedly that particular dealing is when he fell out with Barry Bloom from then on. Bischoff, I mean, because I guess Barry's stance was, well, nothing's signed. We don't have anything. And Eric felt like that wasn't forthright.
Yeah, it wasn't good faith.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So I get that. I do. I probably would have done the same thing.
Well, here's J.J. Dillon, who Kevin Sullivan's thing. I was able to catch up with his lovely daughter, and she was telling me that, man, he's having some memory issues, but he is looking forward to WrestleCade. So I know you're banned, but she was telling me that she likes to give him things to look forward to. Okay. And at his age, that's probably a good thing. So even though you were shitting on WrestleCade earlier, if you're a J.J. Dillon fan and you are looking to get an autograph to complete a Horseman thing or what have you, I would encourage you to go see JJ at WrestleCade.
Yes, I would as well.
And tell him that Conrad and Tony sent you.
Yeah. JJ was a very instrumental guy in wrestling.
Yes.
On many levels. And obviously when, the book that you do with David Crockett had a lot of JJ's handwriting in there.
Mm-hmm.
And now he and Eric are going after it right now.
Yeah, they're talking about the Bischoff Zbyszko thing.
Oh, okay.
And let me say this. I know that Bischoff is a great performer and a great television performer, and he's one of my very best friends. But I would have to say at this point, as we're an hour into the show, of course, with commercials, it was more than an hour in.
Right.
This is his third appearance on the show so far.
So you're saying too much?
We may have too much Bischoff here.
Yeah,
now,
but
sometimes he's just the mic guy for Hogan, so maybe that doesn't count as much.
Right. But it's kind of a storyline thread, so I get
no doubt. I agree. I'm just saying I could see how I think he's doing as good of a job with his minutes here as anybody could do. So right. I'm not saying someone else could have done better.
Right.
But I am saying from knowing the way wrestling is and the way wrestlers think, I'm sure the optics to some of the talent are like, damn it, I just want to get on the show and he's on 3 times, that sort of thing.
Exactly. And because you run the company,
yes,
it even gets you more heat backstage.
Yes. And I know that he was past giving a shit about that, but I am just saying, like, if all of a sudden Tony Khan put himself in 3 or 4 segments on TV, somebody somewhere would be upset about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just the nature of the beast.
Of course. It's the nature of what we have to deal with in wrestling. And that is egos. There are egos. There are massive egos. And they're out of control egos backstage. And there's some guys who are just pretty fucking cool. Psychosis.
Oh man, I got a big time opponent here. It's Ultimo Dragon, Tony.
We would, it appears to me, tell me if I'm wrong, but it looked like we would start the show with a luchador match.
Yes.
And we would start the second hour with a luchador.
That's good business for me. I like it.
Yeah, it is.
I think realistically though, that Scott Hall and Kevin Nash started the second hour. we're watching without the commercials, so
No, you're right.
Show is going to be like
You're
an
right.
hour 42
You're right.
or something.
They were
Hey,
they were in the crossover spot, as we call it.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Coach Keith is with us. Appreciate him waking up and being a part of this. He
He's
says,
awake this time of night.
Tony, were you having fun in the wrestling business around this time? Do you remember 97 being a fun year for you, Tony?
I think it was fun. Yeah, I think so. I enjoyed going to sellout crowds, and I enjoyed working with Heenan and Tanay. And working with Dusty Rhodes. This was what, after that or before that? This was after that, right?
Yes.
I
I
think
mean, he's
Dusty,
still around on pay-per-views.
but yeah, okay. I enjoyed the teams I work with, and that's how I enjoyed my broadcast. So yeah, I really did enjoy it. Of course, Kevin Sullivan was instrumental backstage at this time, and Kevin was a great guy to work with. Eric put a lot of responsibility on me as far as driving the product. Right? He depended on me a lot, and I took that to heart, and I put a lot of pressure on myself because of it, thinking that this is a big time cable show, and here I am doing play by play for it, so I've got to help it continue to be a big time show. That's why I think when we talk about WCW failing, you can blame a lot of people why WCW failed. I still say it's the old TBS regime's fault. That the reason that it failed more than anything else. But I have to take some of the blame as well, because I think we're all a team in there. And so, but I did enjoy it. I really did.
Well, something I enjoy is Magic Spoon. I just got my new delivery. I got double chocolate in these new cereal bars. They're fantastic.
Yes,
the new Magic Spoon brand new treats. If you're not already in the loop, let me just remind you, every serving of Magic Spoon cereal has 13 grams of protein, 0 grams of sugar, and 4 grams of net carbs. So you can feel good about what you're eating. The most popular flavors are fruity and cocoa, but there's so many more. And by the way, the brand new treats from Magic Spoon are crispy, crunchy, airy, and an easy way to get 12 grams of protein on the go. And for the first time ever, Magic Spoon treats are available in grocery stores with delicious flavors like marshmallow and chocolatey peanut butter. But I double dog dare you try the double chocolate. I just got 4 boxes of these delivered to the house. Morgan's home from college, and she had one with me today and said, "Bonus Dad, you're right. These are awesome." Go right now, get $5 off your next order at magicspoon.com/WHW, or look for Magic Spoon on Amazon or in your nearest grocery store. That's magicspoon.com/WHW for $5 off. Magic Spoon. Hold on to the dream. I mean, we got some great sponsors, dude, but those individually wrapped cereal bars from Magic Spoon, they're fucking badass, dude.
The chocolate peanut butter ones are Weight Watchers people, 3 points each. The double chocolate 4 point, and the marshmallow one and blueberry ones are 3 points each. So I've eaten them all.
I love them, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, they're all good, but that double chocolate, I've even taken some to my dad this week because, he's trying to make some different choices and things and fussing at mom a little bit here and there. And I'm like, I got you, old man. I'm going to hook you up.
Yep. A lot of protein in those. Good stuff.
Hey, Antonio Santos is with us, and he says, Scott Hall's personal issues aside, would he have been a great world champion if he was given a chance? I actually talked about this recently with Jeff Jarrett, and I'll be honest, I never really considered what was apparent to Jeff immediately. He said any chance of that evaporated when Hulk Hogan joined the NWO. The idea being, if Hulk Hogan had not joined the NWO, one of those guys or both of those guys could have been individual stars. But when Hogan joins the group, the die is cast. Hogan's going to be the top singles, and those guys are going to be in a tag. And I never really considered that, but he's exactly right. In the WWF, one guy was the Intercontinental Champ, the other guy was the World Champ. I know that technically Diesel was a tag champ, but he was always a single star, really.
Right.
And any opportunity for Scott Hall to have been a world champ sort of evaporated when Hogan became the third man, because Hogan's going to obviously take that top spot. And I said to Jeff, respectfully, it didn't keep Kevin Nash from becoming a world champion. And that's when Jeff said, well, I can speak to that because I've been through it. When he had his issues, reliability became a thing. It was easier to keep him in tags. That just never really clicked for me. Like, oh yeah, that does make sense. If Hogan's in the group, you're not going to be the top guy. Hogan's going to be the top guy.
Yeah, and I wondered, did you ever any talk? I never heard any talk about it when Hogan joined the group, if Hall and Nash were against it or for it or what? Have you ever heard any talk about that?
About what, Hogan being in the group?
Yes.
Oh no, they loved it.
Yes.
I know they loved it because if they're with Hogan, they know it means they're going to be in a top spot. They're going to be paid well, blah, 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 blah. I think they were excited that Hogan was there. And I also don't think that, I mean, it's not like I was great, close personal friends with Scott Hall, but I also kind of don't think, and I know that this will piss some fans off, I don't know that he gave a shit about being the world champion.
Yeah.
He liked entertaining. He liked, making a great living, making a bunch of money. He liked having fun with his friends. He liked being a celebrity, like all the other benefits of the wrestling business. Like whether or not you got to be a champion in one of these stories was just probably not nearly as important to him as it was to us fans.
And it wasn't as important as it was 20 years prior.
Yeah, it's fair.
Because when you were a world champion in the 80s, in the 70s, you made the most money.
That's right. This is guaranteed contracts. You're making
Right.
the same either way. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I've even heard other people, and I know some fans get pissed off about this, but I've heard some wrestlers who say they don't want to be champion. They don't want to have to lug that fucking belt through TSA, carry it around everywhere. It makes their luggage heavier. Carrying the belt's just a pain in the ass. I've heard multiple wrestlers say that. Like, no thanks. I don't want that.
Okay.
I mean, and that makes sense because you wouldn't want it. I mean, hell, you didn't want a belt so bad you threw it in the attic, forgot about it, gave it to a baseball team, forgot about it.
See, I don't buy that. I don't buy that theory by wrestlers.
You think wrestlers are liars?
Some of them are, yeah.
411 fuck sheet just posted a headline. Tony Schiavone said all wrestlers are liars.
I did not say that. I said some of them are, just like people who work in the auto industry, or the people who work in the grocery stores, or people work in financial services, or people work in law offices. There's a lot of liars out there.
Who do you know that's lying in the grocery store business?
I don't know, but I said I'm sure there are. I didn't say I did. I said I'm sure there are. And let's see Billy Kidman get his ass beat up right now. I'm all for that.
He's about to. Chris
Yeah.
Benoit's going to take his damn head off here.
Yeah. Billy Kidman getting beat up puts a smile to my face.
Well, what puts a smile on my face is the Rizzler's interview backstage from AEW. If you haven't seen it already, I want to share that clip with everybody because AEW cameras caught up with the Rizzler, and it was backstage at Full Gear.
Wow.
And it was a pretty prime time interview that I thought was worth sharing. We'll roll that footage.
Rizzler, tonight you made your AEW debut. You got to ring the bell in a very highly anticipated match. How did it feel to be out there with 10,000 people?
I don't think we'll beat that.
Can't beat that.
I mean, it's all downhill from here.
Yeah. That was Giancarlo talking to him, and he told Giancarlo to shut up.
You think that was the line that Kidman hit Tori Wilson with? What about Raven's hair here? What would you give that on a scale?
Oh man, I give that a 10.
That's some crazy hair, wasn't it, dude?
I would love to show up on Dynamite with hair like that.
Who would win the hair off, Jeff Jarrett or Raven in '97?
I don't know. That Jarrett hair is pretty spectacular.
It is. The Bouffant wins.
The Bouffant wins.
Man, you know what? The only thing that would make this better, watching Billy Kidman get his ass whipped, is if we could watch Billy Kidman get his ass whipped to a soundtrack You know what? Let's call Big Mark 40 in. Big Mark 40 is going to drop a little tune on us here
Okay.
on WHWMonday.com. Here we go.
All right.
Mustard! Niggas acting bad, but somebody gotta do it. Gotta put in the cash, somebody gotta do it. Turn the Stevie off, turn the Stevie off. 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 Ain't no one can this rap thing exhibits. Nothing but my children, one shot to disappear. I'm in the city with the flag begin front like it's past. Let the fence back like I'm in the building. Crash pulling up a marked truck. Just to play freestyles, put up on the pick and was sea bass. Trying to show niggas a rough before they hung from a rope. I'm prophetic. They only talk about how I get it. Only good for saving face. See the cosmetic. How many hits I gotta take to level my aesthetic? Hurry up and get your muscle up. We out the plug. Carrying out of luck soon as our eyes metric. The city just made it sweet. You could die better. And mouth get full of DC like these cowards tell it. Walking New Orleans with the etiquette of LA. Yelling, Mustard!
Is there anything better than Big Mark 40? I don't think there is.
He takes a big breath, doesn't he?
Dude, I
Gets
love
that. Yeah, gets that left. What song was that? Do you know?
Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar?
Yeah.
Was that Kendrick Lamar the name of the song or the name of the artist?
He's the name of the artist.
Okay. Okay. Good stuff, Big Mark.
If you want, just go look up Mustard. Kendrick Lamar. That's what he was saying. Mustard.
Mustard.
Yeah.
That's the name of the song, Mustard.
Yeah, you didn't hear the song. Hit it again, Silva.
Mustard!
That's Mustard.
That's hit it one more time. Look at big. Look at the effort that the big guy puts into this song.
He's all in.
Mustard!
Kendrick Lamar Mustard. Do you want to? We'll go to a one shot of Tony. Why don't you hit us with a mustard, Tony?
Mustard and ketchup on a booger booger.
Is that how the wet spot got on the canvas? Sounded like it.
Wow, mustard.
Big Mark is the man. You know, there's a rumor and innuendo that he's been looking up flights to Huntsville. I mean, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying.
Yes, you are.
Hypothetically.
Yes, you are.
Wouldn't that be fun?
That'd be great.
Mustard!
Mustard.
It's so great, dude.
David, hit us with that again. I got to hear it one more time.
Mustard!
We got to make that one of your drops. You can just lean over and hit a button, and then instead of doing this, it'll go mustard. That'd be great.
Oh God, life is good. All right, here comes the sick boy, the flock, and Scotty Riggs with one eye and a patch, and Raven Saturn, and
oh no, yeah, that's Van Hammer.
Yeah, buddy,
Got their nipples out.
That'll scare you.
Who had better nipples, Van Hammer or Dave Silva? Let's compare.
Okay, all right. Let's Dave. Let's see Dave.
Let's just get a good hard look at Van Hammer's. But if he wants to lift them things out, I mean, it is off around.
Okay, it's got a life of its own.
It's alive.
It's alive. It's Dave Silva. Yeah.
By the way, if you're having fun with us as our part of our live studio audience from patreon.com/WHW Monday, tell a fucking friend. Let's have some fun together. I like these late night episodes with you, man. It's just got a different energy. It's fun.
Yeah. And we are just two guys watching wrestling together,
yes.
as you do. And as you would with your friends, just talking shit to each other and shit with your friends. And that's what we do. And laughing at I wish we could track my announcing and shit on that more. But
I did too. I did too.
Yeah.
By the way, Antonio Santos says, Dave shave his chest? And the answer is no. He is what I have referred to as a hairless. He's a hairless.
Yeah. Some people is and some people isn't.
Coach Rosie, or I'm sorry, Bryant says, this is the best. I'm so glad this has switched to being a night show. James Elkerai says, I love these late night times. I think people are having fun with our late night recordings. I'm good with it too. Everybody at my house is in bed like they're thinking Santa Claus comes tomorrow.
Yeah, Lois is in bed. The dogs are all asleep. And it's just me in this house by myself. You see that guy who has a sign that says, I hate cheese? He's had that up all night. You can see it in the right of the screen in the wide shot. It's an orange sign that says, I hate cheese.
I know he hates cheese, but I bet I know what he likes. Hit it, Silva.
Mustard!
I've gone to the well too many times now, but that makes me laugh. Sorry.
Yeah, it's soon go to the well with that. I would Silva's hairless chest.
Yeah, no more of that, damn it.
Yeah, that's enough, Dave.
Because if he does it again, he's going to be like the hockey player this week, you know?
Yeah. Antonio said I should go to Lois sleeping and yell, mustard!
I tell you what, if you do that and you film it,
yeah,
I promise I'll do the hockey player celebration.
What's the hockey player celebration?
Oh, you didn't see that? He says, I'd still do it if I scored 4 goals in a game. That's what Joe Thornton says. After teammate Tomas says he made headlines for his 4-goal performance against the New York Rangers. Sharks captain Joe Thornton spoke to the province and said what he'd do if he were to put up 4 goals in a night. It's a little profane. You want to read what he said there, Tony?
Yeah, this is Tomas Herty.
This is Joe Thornton saying what he would do if he scored 4 goals in a game.
I'd have my cock out if I scored 4 goals. I'd have my cock out stroking it. On the ice, nonetheless.
Mustard!
He won't read rap, and I tricked him into that bullshit. Oh, I'm just a terrible person. I'm going to make that his text message tone. Anytime Tony Schiavone texts me from now on, I'll have my cock out. I'll be sure.
That's according to that hockey player.
I'm going to have a heart attack.
and then Dave hits mustard on.
But then you finish with on the ice, nonetheless.
Yes. Oh, geez. We have a good time. Oh, Lord.
Tony, you've quit the show 412 times that nobody knew about.
Yes.
What can you do that's more fun than this? This is so fun. My God.
Look, Granny standing up.
Yeah, she heard somebody's pulling their cock out. She stood up, wanted to get a look at it.
I want to see it on the ice.
It is hilarious. I mean, look at this. She's talking to Virgil right now, wanting to see about the wiener. Oh, God. Coach Rosie has found already 411 Fuck Sheet is listing live, and they've reported that if Tony has a flawless dynamite, I'm not going to say the rest.
4 in a row, Coach.
Oh, God.
4 flawless dynamites in a row.
Bryant says, I'm laughing so much. My wife walked in and asked what I'm watching. I'm crying from laughing so much. We are too, Bryant. Thank you for joining us. My God.
Yeah.
This is the most fun way to watch a Buff Bagwell Lex Luger match. I guarantee it.
Yes, sir, brother.
Man, how great does Lex Luger look right here?
Yeah, he was spectacular. And Buff looked spectacular too. They both would look great.
Who would have thought that the most enduring career from everybody involved in the ring would be Charles Robinson?
Isn't that something?
Grandma turned around to face the hard cam.
I
Grandma's
saw that. Yeah.
Grandma's an old pro. She's a plant.
Yeah. She knows what she's doing. And
She's got Lex was going into it and then realized it was Grandma and like pulled up like, I can't crush the old lady.
then she pat him on the back.
I look like she was smacking that ass.
Yeah.
Oh, look at her.
She went, he's a son of a bitch. Did you see that?
I feel like that's what she said.
Right. Bagwell.
I can't help it. You keep the time up. I'm going to go back and see if I can get that.
Okay. Yeah. There she rises again. She got the back of her head in the shot. This is the Granny Nitro.
Here we go.
She must be famous. I've seen her picture on a dollar bill.
You couldn't hear it, but damn it, I swear, I lip read. She said he's a son of a bitch. What's your time code now?
122, 37, 38.
I'm good. I'm right with you.
Yeah, he just stomped Luger on the head.
Oh gosh, still to come. We've got Kurt Hennig and DDP for the U.S. title, and I think it's going to finish with Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff coming out, and Sting and the big Sting chant and some DDP, and about 20 minutes left to go here. You know, we haven't done, I know I love watching, doing these watch alongs with you, but we haven't done an Ask Tony in a long time. Do you want to do one of those sometime soon?
Yeah, we probably should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think in our live studio audience here? Should we do Ask Tony anything? Solicit some questions, bounce around. I mean, I love the watch alongs, don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Are you gonna open this up to like everybody on YouTube like we do, even the idiots that come in? You know,
well, I think we'd solicit questions on social media. I know you don't want to go live. I get that.
Yeah.
Oh, look, everybody's saying yes. Okay, so we are, damn it, we'll just call it right now. Next week will be a Ask Tony Anything.
Yes. It'll be our first one in December.
We got some fun things to finish out the month of December. Once we get going in December, first one will be a Q&A, and then we'll go to Starrcade 94. Can't believe that was 30 years ago.
Whoa.
And then we'll talk about Wrestling Challenge from Christmas Eve 1989. Had a lot of fun with that. And then Starrcade 88, which I think we've watched before, but it's been a little while. I'm looking forward to a strong December here on what happened when. You guys got your tree up yet?
No, we didn't put a tree up last year. Do you know that?
I did not know that. Your bah humbug sons of bitches?
No, it's just that normally no one comes around for Christmas anymore because the kids have their own kids, their own families and everything. And I mean, in a perfect world, we should have a tree up and have something to eat waiting for the kids after they wake up in the morning with their own kids. Come on in the afternoon and we'll give you presents. We should do shit like that, but we're just lazy pieces of shit. We don't.
I've got 2 trees up at my house already.
Well, then one of them could count for our house. You know, it was the first time in my entire life that I never had a tree.
Really?
Year. Yeah, ever.
And you were fine with it?
At first I didn't like the fact, but then, you know what? It's all dependent on Lois's mood. If she's in one of those funky ass moods, I'm not going to push it. So.
Well, if you'd like to, I know it's a no, but you're welcome to come do Christmas at my house. You said not a lot of people are coming over. Not a lot of people will be at my house either, but we're doing Christmas at my house this year. Just be my immediate family. I've ran all of the immigrants back to Texas, so it'll just be my family. And you're welcome. And I'll even cook the turkey in the oven, so you don't have to have any smoke flavor on it if you don't want that. But
a lot of room for the beagles to run.
Oh, plenty, dude. 5 acres.
They get in a fight with a goose.
No, they're not here in the winter. They fly south.
Okay.
But yeah, my mom will bring her dog. She's got a big golden doodle, and of course, we still got the 2 little poodles. And so, if you bring your 2, we'll have a little kennel here, but have 5 dogs running around. It'll be fun.
I appreciate the offer. I'll check with Lois.
I know it's a fuck off, but you're always welcome.
Well, we've gone back and forth. What do we want to do? Because we are taping, as you probably know, we are taping on that Sunday. We are recording Dynamite that airs on Christmas Day on TBS at the Hammerstein Ballroom.
How fun is that going to be, dude?
That's going to be freaking cool.
Because you've never called the show there, right?
No. There's been a ballroom I've called a show in, but I don't think it was a Hammerstein Ballroom. It was another one.
Yeah.
New York. That
was a MLW. Yeah.
MLW. Yeah. So
maybe the Melrose Ballroom.
That's what it was. Melrose Ballroom. So Lois and I were talking about what do we want to do for Christmas? Do we want to stay up there and stay with Matt and his family, or we come?
Oh yeah.
Or come down here? I don't know. That's just Matt's got a very small house, and we would have to really stay in a hotel. So we'll see.
I got a second master here that's perfect for you guys that you would love. It overlooks the lake. It's got its own bathroom. It's got its own wet bar. It's got its own fireplace. It's got a built-in desk. It's got a sitting area. I mean, you can have real privacy. I mean, it's like bigger than my first house. So you're welcome to it. Nobody will be staying in it. Morgan has her own room and Kansas has her own room, and we don't have any out-of-town guests. So you're welcome.
Well, you know what? I do appreciate that. And I definitely will talk to Lois about that. That would probably be really cool.
And not that you asked, but my 5 must-haves on Thanksgiving: turkey, dressing, mom's broccoli casserole, mom's squash casserole, my sister's sweet potato casserole. So 3 casseroles, dressing, and turkey.
Right.
Honorable mention for the deviled eggs.
Never had deviled eggs on Thanksgiving. That's always like a picnic summertime thing for us.
You've never had deviled eggs on Christmas or Thanksgiving?
Never. No. Never. No. That's for that to me, that's a summertime dish. There's the WCW NWO World Tour. That's before.
I love that video game. That was such a fun game.
Yeah.
Were you a Nintendo 64 guy?
Yeah, we had them all. We had everyone. We had the first Nintendo. We had Nintendo 64. We had Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64. We even had Genesis, Sega, and there was another Genesis game, Sega game out. It was a white one. What was it called? It had a white. I don't know what it was called. Dreamcast. We had that. We had the first PlayStation 2, 3. I've got a 4 here now, and a Xbox X and a PlayStation 5. We've had every. Even got the Switch.
Oh yeah, I haven't played with the Switch yet.
Yeah, Switch hurts my hands to play.
I'll be honest. I quit the show just a minute ago at the idea that you have not had deviled eggs on Thanksgiving or Christmas. I just find it almost borderline offensive. Like, how is that real that you never had that? I mean, do you even know what one of the key ingredients are to making really good deviled eggs?
Yes, I do.
Silva?
Mustard!
Dave must be playing with his chest or something. He missed that cue, didn't he?
I think he was I don't know what he was thinking, but when I said his name, he was ready.
Oh my God.
Bobby wants to know, did Tony ever have a ColeCovision? I don't even know what that is. Is that an old school gaming system from the 70s that you had?
Didn't have that, but I had the Atari. I had both. I had like Atari.
Oh shit, this is old school. I just looked it up. Okay.
Wow. You know what I did though? I don't know if I've ever told you the story. When we were out in we visited the Nintendo studio, the Nintendo headquarters. And you have to have a private tour to go through the Nintendo headquarters. And we went through the Nintendo museum, and they showed us that Nintendo started as a card game. And we got to see some of those. It was really freaking cool. And a guy told me, he said, if you still have that, you've got some money up there. I went, really? I hope I didn't give that away with a 6-man tag team belt.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Hey, I just looked it up because Bad Money Slim is saying that no, the secret ingredient to good deviled eggs is horseradish, and I looked it up. I mean, I've never made them, but it says mash yolks with a fork, stir in mayonnaise, horseradish, dill, dry mustard, salt, pepper, and paprika. And there you go. I don't know how my mom or my wife make them, but
I don't think horseradish was ever part of ours, but I'm sure it's very good.
I have no doubt. Bad Money Slim, he's not wrong about a lot.
I know.
Just haircuts.
Haircuts, he's really wrong about that.
Yeah, grills.
Yeah.
What are the odds we could get you to sport a grill on Dynamite?
I'm not doing that. That's
Wait, I'm saying when Swerve wins the belt again to celebrate, you put
that's
in
his,
a grill.
that's his gimmick. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bobby says, I'll never not say mustard the old way ever again. I mean, that's what's going to happen. From now on, we're all going to say, like for our significant others, hey, do you want a sandwich? What do you want on it? Well, mustard. I think we'll all do that now. Well, we just saw Kimberly's diamond right there.
We sure did.
Man, that's about as roll tide as it gets.
She was a 10.
Diamond Dallas Page. He proved to us before we even really knew him and what he was about that he was a hell of a salesman.
Boy, did he ever.
He's getting over, man. 1997 is the year that made him. He won the feud of the year, and he called around Christmas, I believe, and left a really nice voicemail for Randy Savage. And Randy saw him and thanked him and was sort of taken aback that someone called and thanked him, because that's not what people in wrestling did. It was always just sort of taken for granted, and everybody's too cool for school. And DDP was a man of gratitude even back in 1997.
You know, I know I've told this story, but Matt Schiavone was in the Pope High School band, as many of our children were. He was in the drum line, and the drum line went out and did some competitions, and we got them all DDP bang shirts like he was wearing, and they would wear those in competition. That's how over he was.
Yeah.
With the high school kids back then. Just good stuff. You know what? And well earned. Doesn't surprise me that he has had the success he has had out of the ring since his retirement. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, not many can say that. Not many can say that they walked away from wrestling, retired, and then went on to another venture and were very successful at it. At least not during this era. But
no, I would totally agree. I mean, obviously, you know, when you take a look at guys who did Hollywood stuff, there's a few examples, but few is the key word.
Right.
John Cena, Batista, The Rock.
Right.
Then you hear about guys like Dan Spivey, who had a treatment center, who helped a lot of people. And of course, DDP has helped change the world with his not for regular guys yoga. He's got a retreat he's planning to open. I think he was hoping to be in by Thanksgiving. I'm sure he'll be in by Christmas down in Panama City. Have you seen any of that yet?
I've not, no.
And he's got quite a place he's building there. I know he's really proud of it.
And his daughter, or his stepdaughter, if you will,
Lexi
is doing just a phenomenal job for us. She has really just improved so much and gotten better, and did a great job in the weigh-in with AJ and QT. It was good stuff. So I have a lot of time for her. And of course, a lot of time for her boyfriend, who's turned out to be one of the great guys backstage in Big Bill. Not many people have their name my name splayed across their ass like Big Bill does. The Redwood.
What a great, I love that he put your quote on his ass like that.
Isn't this something?
Yeah.
Long shot from when I first saw it.
I
first saw him, I never imagined my quote would be on his ass when he walked out. But he has done a great job of just laying into this angle with Chris Jericho. I mean, the stuff he says is so funny and so hilarious. You know, he gives you sayings and things you should do, and just good stuff. And Brian Keith says, respect Chris Jericho. When he said those people in Iowa quit growing that lame ass corn. Oh, that popped me big time.
Lame ass corn.
Lame ass corn is what he said.
We got a question here from, let's see if I got the name right here. It just disappeared. Brian wants to know, in 1997, Tony,
yeah,
would you go with Sonny, Sable, or Kimberly? Who was the most Roll Tide?
I would go with Kimberly in 97.
So hard. I mean, she's hard to beat, man.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. Hard to beat. Referee took a little bump and still got back up. Just wonder if that was intentional or what. Wasn't part of a finish.
He's rubbing his eye.
Yeah, I know he is.
Mr. Perfect, touching the ropes for leverage.
Yeah. And DDP calling some spots, but now our camera's right in there. Come on, Craig Leathers. Granny pops her head up.
Dude, Granny is on fire.
Oh,
such a great part of this show.
Yeah.
I love Granny.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of things I love, have you seen the new show that is on Paramount Plus called Landman?
I have not, but that's Billy Bob Thornton, right?
Yeah, Billy Bob Thornton, John Hamm,
yeah,
Allie Lauder, Demi Moore. There's a lot of stars in it.
Yeah, that's another show from
Taylor Sheridan.
Taylor Sheridan, the Yellowstone. I call him the Yellowstone guy, but yeah.
Yeah, the Yellowstone guy, yeah.
Yeah.
They debuted it last week, and as you and I are recording, episode 3 came out today.
Yeah.
So the week 1 they did episode 1 and 2, like a lot of those shows do.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was fine. My mom and dad absolutely love it, but they have a line in one of those episodes. I forget if it's 1 or 2. That is one of the most shocking things I've ever heard in a television show.
What?
I'm not going to repeat it, but I would encourage you to watch it because you will lose your mind at the line.
Okay.
It's a daughter talking to a father. I won't spoil it.
Okay.
But they're having a conversation, and any father, if he heard what the father heard in this show, he'd take a long walk off a short pier.
Wow.
Just see you later. Can't do that. Goodbye.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. You know, normally what I don't know how you do it, but we like to wait until the show plays all the way out so we can binge.
Oh, so you can binge them. I got you.
Because to me, 2 shows, after 2 shows, you got to wait a week for a third is like the old school, every week it's like a big commercial. I don't want to see commercials. I just want to go and see them all.
We're going to get Rick Rude here in a minute.
Wow.
From what I understand. And then we'll see Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff, and the fans are going to start chanting for Sting, and going to see a diamond cutter. And
here he comes.
Man, what a look he had.
Yeah.
Man, he was just slaying it back in the day. You know what?
He was a star, brother.
No doubt. He just has that quality about him.
Yep.
You know, I didn't ask Conrad for ad-free shows this past week, and somebody was just watching ECW from 1997. Man, what a pro Randy Anderson was, making sure his feet were hanging out right where Rude was.
Yeah.
But somebody asked, do you think he could have been he could have had a big baby face run? And I think, no, he's one of the few guys, and I know he was getting cheered in ECW in that era, but it was because Shane Douglas was such a well-established heel, and everybody in the ECW arena was going to cheer for a big star.
Right.
Oh, there's Macho Man and the rest of the NWO.
Yeah.
But, we talk about, like, it's hard for us to imagine a guy like Ricky Morton or a guy like Ricky Steamboat or a guy like Sting being a heel. It's impossible for me to imagine Rick Rude as being a babyface.
Yeah. I agree with that. He had that heel aura about him.
Yes.
He was the guy that women would swoon over and guys would get pissed off about.
I don't know why, but I always forget, and it always makes me smile when I see it again. when Hulk Hogan was coming down the ramp there, they did the Batman camera angle where they span it to the left a little bit.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but seeing Hulk Hogan at an angle like that, like it was, one of the villains in an old episode of Batman, the Adam West version, man, it just makes me so happy to see that.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, so here it is. It's Hulk Hogan giving a diamond cutter to DDP. One of the worst diamond cutters we ever saw, but he did it.
Right. And he didn't want to do a perfect one.
No.
I guess he wanted to show how lame the move was. And they put the belt down. I'd like to find the episode where a fan got into the ring and when they turned on DDP and got in the ring to celebrate with him, and Macho Man hit him in the face. That was from Sacramento, California.
How much money did they make with those Sting masks back in the day?
Oh, my God. Jeez. And the NWO merch, right?
I was surprised when he debuted in AEW, y'all didn't have the Sting masks almost immediately because it was such a big, and I know, people don't wear masks like that anymore, but in 97, man, I feel like everybody had one of those.
Right. That was pretty cool. Put the NWO belt down, put the Sting mask on him, another diamond cutter on the belt.
Yeah.
And of course, we encouraged in many ways for you to throw your litter in the ring, which I never really, I got the look. It was cool, but it's so dangerous.
Well, it's dangerous what we're doing next week. We're going to be throwing the keys to you guys. We want to hear from you. What do you want us to talk about? It's Ask Tony Anything. Ask us on social media. You know what our handles are. It's at WHW Monday on Twitter, or of course you can ask us over on YouTube. That's WHWMonday.com. If you're on Instagram, it's at WHW Podcast. If you're on Facebook, it's just WHW Monday. But of course, your home for all things Tony Schiavone is WHWMonday.com. Be a part of our live studio audience next week if you'd like as well. It's WHWMonday.com to watch along. And if you want to be live with us, it's patreon.com/WHW Monday. But keep those questions coming using the hashtag AskTony. But right now, Tony, it looks like it's about that time.
As the litter continues to pour into the ring, ladies and gentlemen, Diamond Dallas Page is down. He is out. He has been diamond cut not once, but twice by Hulk Hogan. Pardon me, Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Fans are throwing cups. They're throwing beer cans. They're throwing popcorn. And here comes a jar of... God, the fans. My God, the fans. It's worse than Dave Silva's nipple. We're desperately out of time. We'll see you next week on What Happened When. We come to you each and every Wednesday on Cumulus Westwood 1. But Mondays we come to you ad-free exclusively on
Patron, patreon.com/WHW Monday. And of course, adfreeshows.com. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson here to tell you a little more about what adfreeshows.com is all about. Get early, ad-free access to more than a dozen of your favorite wrestling podcasts every single week, starting at just $9. That's less than 20 cents an episode each month. And yes, you can listen to them all directly through Apple Podcasts or your regular podcast apps. How easy is that? Ad-free shows also has thousands of hours worth of bonus content and docuseries like Title Chase, Eric Fires Back, Conversations with Conrad, and The Insiders. Plus new series like The Book with David Crockett, Monday Mailbags with Mike Chioda and Nick Patrick, and a whole lot more. And you want to talk about early? You can't get any earlier than listening to the shows live. You can be a part of the live studio audience as we record the podcast. Plus, ride shotgun alongside your favorite childhood heroes for live watch-alongs, Q&As, and other interactive experiences every single month. Come on now, see for yourself what thousands of other wrestling fans from around the world have discovered, that adfreeshows.com is the best value in wrestling. Check it out today, and hey, when you do, the first week is completely free. adfreeshows.com.